Hi, everybody. It's Georgia Rose. I'm Cash Day in my little flannels. It's fall. It's a little chill in the air. I smell fireplaces when I go outside. It's really quite nice and cozy. I've been making butternut squash soup a lot, and I have chicken vegetable soup in my fridge that I made. Really kind of nice, you know? So tonight I actually don't have a whole lot planned for the show, so I hope people call in, or I hope people are watching, do some readings and maybe a little astrology, and we'll see where we go. Want to remind everybody that I am not going to do a show on Halloween. I'm actually going to be home in my steampunk outfit. I have a really cool costume that I got, and it's going to be fun. Maybe giving some kitties candy. I am sharing the show, and I hope you guys at home are doing the same thing. So I'm going to do that. Okay, cool. So, all righty. So, astrology-wise, we just had a huge full moon in Aries, and I got to tell you, hope I'm not the only one this is tweaked, because I have really been tweaked by this full moon. It brought a lot of things into my life that need to be responsibility taken for. So I am going to definitely be making some changes soon in my personal life. So if you want to call into the show for a reading tonight, the number is 516-945-9099. 516-945-9099. Couple of housekeeping announcements. November 2nd, if you're in the Long Island area and would like to come to the Piermont in Babylon, we are having a birthday gala for our town supervisor, Rich Schaefer, which is going to be a fundraiser for Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition. You guys know that's an organization that's really dear to my heart. So come on out if you're in the area and say happy birthday to Rich and raise some money for breast cancer. So going to see who's on right now. Who's on my show? I wonder. It's one of those really funny kind of a holidays that we've got, like one of these weird holidays where some people are off and some people aren't. I don't know if there was mail today or not. I didn't think I saw any. So I got Janine on and Colleen. I've got Sarah on. I've got Ann on. I've got a bunch of people coming in to the Soul Space. So welcome. You know, when I first started to do the Soul Space broadcast, it was a little bit different. And I used to just do astrology every week and kind of things. And then what I finally realized was people love it when I do readings on air and the cards. So that's kind of where it generated to. But we're going to start back with some live guests soon. In the past, we've had people like Phoenix Green on talking about the vibrations of the earth and also pet energy and how to really be connected with our pets. We had Laura Kobus on. She talked to us a lot about horse wisdom and how she does life coaching with horses. We had so many things on. So if you're out there watching and you're catching the show either on Facebook or YouTube or even on Optimum Cable, give me a call or PM me, Georgia Rose on Facebook. And if you're interested in being a guest on the show, call in or let me know, and I will definitely book something with you. We'll meet and talk and see if you're a fit. So also, if anybody out there has any subjects that they'd like me to talk about on the show, give me a call or a PM or a DM and let me find out what that is, and we'll start that. Because in 2023, I want to make the show more about you. Oh, thank you, Sarah. So I don't really celebrate my birthday in a public way. I usually just do personal birthday. So for anybody who is a Libra out there, happy Libra birthday. So I want to talk a little bit about the astrology. We just had this full moon in Aries. It was very much a healing moon in the sense that the way that the Aries energy kind of can be healing, because we have Chiron, the planet that is the wounded healer there right now, is that it's going to bring things up that need to be healed. So one of the things I talk a lot about in my private coaching or when I do spiritual work with people, whether it's a card reading or astrology, is whatever keeps coming up in your life and is repetitive, and we have a lot of repetitive things going on right now because we have so many planets in retrograde. And Pluto just went direct right on this full moon, which was a big thing. So with Mercury going into retrograde again, and with a lot of the other planets going into retrograde that are still in retrograde, I put up a graphic about it last week, and you can see it on my Facebook page still if you want to know the dates for all of the retrogrades. But what happens is we repeat things a lot when planets are retrograde. We have do-overs. Things get circular. Relationships, especially now with Libran energy. Mercury going into Libra is really going to be about relationships. So I always tell people, whenever you have something that's like a circular thing in your life, something that keeps happening repetitively, maybe with a different person, but it turns out to be the same situation, those are the things that are probably karmic lessons for you. Those are the things that are probably life lessons. They're going to keep coming up until you take care of them and learn to deal with them in a healthy way, in a different way, or in a way that's just better for you so that you can expand your life with more love and more growth. So I'll give you an example. Like if you have an anger management issue, or if you have a temper issue, or maybe you have a sharp tongue and you say things you really shouldn't say when you're talking to people or you're in an argumentative place with them. And that keeps happening no matter how hard you try and, curb it, or you blame other people for it, or you're just not having an awareness of it and it just happens. That issue is probably going to get amplified and amplified, especially in the astrological energy that we have from now to the end of the year, because the universe is tweaking a lot of those things and raising their amplification, especially Jupiter going into Aries, back and forth. It was retro and now it's back. The reason why that happens is because the gods, the universe, whatever you believe in, want you to fix it, want you to be a better person. So whatever is your habit, your bad habit, your detriment, your personality flaw, it is going to grow and grow and grow and grow in your life and get worse until you sit yourself down and you go into it, you understand it, you unpack it, and you rewire your life. And that's really the truth. I can give you 1,000 examples. I've seen it in my own life and I see it with other people. So if you find yourself in this energy with something that you've been going around and around in a circle about for a long time, or that's been reoccurring type of energy for you your whole life, it could be anything, truthfully. It could be that you have a friend group, and every time you have a friend group, whether it's, you get new friends, or you with different groups of people or different communities, and they all turn out to be drama, or they all turn out to be pains in the ass, or you have romantic relationships and they all turn out to be abusive, or they all turn out to be neglectful, or whatever it is that keeps happening in your life, the real common denominator, the only common denominator is you. And so when we understand that and we can turn inward and realize this isn't about the other, it isn't about the drama surrounding us, it isn't about the spouse neglecting us, it isn't about the partner who's abusive, it isn't about anything other than we have somehow attracted this energy into our life. And we have to unpack that and start to rewire our brain, rewire our life, restructure, redo, rebuild, so that those things are not in our life anymore and we're no longer allowing them. And that's a really huge thing. And that's the kind of energy that you're going to be dealing with, we're all going to be dealing with between now and the end of the year. Because in spring, we have a very major transit where for the first time since 2008, Pluto will be going into Aquarius for a very brief time, and then it retrogrades back into Capricorn. And then it will go into Aquarius for its final run for many years in 2024. But when Pluto goes into Aquarius next spring, all these repetitive things that we were supposed to be working on that is being amplified by Pluto in the last 2 years of Capricorn, when it changes the energy and the energy shifts, if we have not taken care of those things and done our work, we're going to get a reckoning. If you've taken care of it and done your work, you're going to get a reward. So really work on those things that need to be tweaked in your life. Work on those things that keep coming up. No matter what you do, you end up in the same situation. You got to look at yourself, because you are the common denominator, and that's really where it's all coming from. I know you don't like me saying that. I've had to do that in my own life. I have a situation now that I'm taking care of because I realize that I put myself in the same place I always do, and I'm never going to do it again. So feels good, actually, to release myself from those ties that bind us, right? We're really imprisoning ourselves when we keep going into this circular energy. Hey, Linda DeMori, I'm glad to see you're on. I have to get together with so many of my people. Hey, Aaron, I feel like I need to, and Lori G's back. Hey. So I feel like we all have to do a little inner work. These next few months, especially, we're going to be going into Scorpio energy, a lot of Scorpio energy by the end of the year. So you want to use that for really quiet contemplation and really going deep into what your soul is wanting you to do. What's your soul trying to teach you? What are you trying to learn this lifetime? So know that you are born for a reason. I can see that in your astrology chart. There's a reason why you were born at exactly this moment to experience exactly this energy that we are in. I, for one, am very glad that I was born at the time I was. I kind of sometimes think I was born like, should have been born a few hundred years earlier. I'm very preoccupied with Tudor England, but I guess I just had a life there at one time. So I am going to start giving some card readings for people, seeing what's going on. I'm going to tap into the energy a little bit. And if anybody wants to call into the show for any reason, or you just want to talk about something or ask me a spiritual question, tonight is your hour. Viewer's choice, whatever you guys feel like you really want to talk about, let me know. And the number again is 516-945-9099. Whoops, spilled some cards here. So I'm going to go down the row, see who's on. If you want a card, just ask me. All right, so my energy must be changing because, or heightened, I should say. My energy must be heightened because I have so many people calling me for readings and astrology charts right now, and a lot of people who like were friends of mine or acquaintances or in a community with me prior, all coming back out. So that's really the retrogrades at work. Mercury is actually going into my 10th house of career, so a lot of things from business are going to be coming back in. So, okay. So I am going to start with Janine Jamali. I saw Janine yesterday, actually. Good friend of mine, and also a survivor. So please come out on the 2nd and support Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition. We would love to see you at our event at the Piermont in Babylon, and we need to raise some dollars, man. Okay, Janine, I am being told to pick a soul card for you. Let's see what this week is going to be like for Janine. Janine, I feel like you're going to have some peace this week. I'm getting the soul card of this beautiful being with her hands almost like, looks like they're clasped almost in prayer. And the prayer, the hands also are in the opposite direction, looking like you're getting answered, like your prayers are getting answered. How beautiful is this card? And I see all this light around the head, which also makes me feel like you are getting downloads or awakenings or messages. So whatever your intuition is showing you, definitely go with that. The other thing I'm getting around this card is there's light here in the head, but there's also darkness around. So when I see something like that, almost like an aura of darkness around someone, I don't see it within you. I'm seeing it around. That could mean that you're kind of being tweaked by situations that are around you. And I know from our conversations that could be true. So you want to really tap inside. You want to bring this beautiful, you see violet energy, really tap in. Maybe if you meditate, think about bringing light into the crown of your head and just letting it go all the way down through to your heart chakra, your heart center. Because I feel like when we are centered in ourselves, we're much less likely for the outside world to bring us to a place we don't want to be, where that's negativity or anger or just uncomfortable. So really make sure that you're tapping into your inner self. I feel like that's really, really important for you this week. Okay. Next person I'm going to pull a card for is going to be Colleen. So Colleen, I'm seeing children around you. Not really sure why I'm seeing that, but if anything further comes out with that, I will let you know. I'm going to pull, they're telling me 3 cards for you, one being a soul card. So I'm going to pull that first and surround it with the tarot. I just intuitively do what I feel tonight on the show. I'm just letting my guides come in. If there's any messages that need to come through for Colleen, please bring them through. Okay. Whoops. We got a lot of cards going all over the place. So I'd love to hear how the full moon affected you guys and what you guys were feeling like. If anybody wants to call in about that or just put a comment below, I would love to see and hear what your full moon experience was. Being told to cut these cards. Take one of these. Beautiful card. Also a lot of light around the head. I'm seeing that this week. Like one of the themes I'm seeing and feeling that they're telling me to talk about right now is our own agency and authority. I was having this conversation with somebody this morning, and I also have been having it with so many people in my yoga class and everywhere about identity and about how we don't get the chance to form our identity sometimes as children or when our formative years. And then we grow up and we have to really form our adult identity. And I feel like, especially this week with the Aries moon, and especially with where the astrology is going till the end of the year, it's really about us allowing ourselves to have those identities and really become who we authentically want to be in our own individual selves and giving us the permission to do that. And I just felt really compelled to say that. So guys, and even myself included in this, make sure that you are allowing yourself to have room and permission to become who you really want to be. And the way we do that is very simply by tapping into our emotion. What makes you feel comfortable? What makes you feel restricted? What makes you feel free? What makes you feel joyful? What makes you feel inspired? And what makes you feel uncomfortable and down and heavy? And you start to form an identity by identifying what those things are and what feels right to you and what doesn't. And the first card that I put here next to the soul card picked was this beautiful card, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, Colleen, is a card that is hard work paying off. Now, hard work doesn't have to be in the physical world. It could be a project. It could be a work-related, things like that, a business project. But it also can mean spiritual work and working on yourself and your soul purchase. And when I say purchase, I mean getting grounded and getting on solid ground with your soul alignment. So it could really be that, especially since I picked this beautiful soul card and look at all of the light coming out from the head. And if you look at this card, you can see this person has like a dragon energy over here. Sometimes it's hard to see this on camera, but there's like a dragon here, and this person is just so peaceful and almost like she's getting help or a spirit help from dragon. And dragon energy is very powerful. A lot of times we call on our dragons to protect us when we're doing something new or going into a place that we're not familiar with. So this really leads me to believe that there's someone around you protective of you. You have very much a strong energy around you protecting you, and that you are really contemplating and on your way to some kind of ascension or awakening that will bring you deeply connected to spiritual growth. The Emperor is the other card here. I feel psychically like that is a father energy around you, so maybe he's a protector to you or a strong person. It could be on the other side, more than likely is. I feel like this is definitely a father image of some kind. A lot of masculine, a lot of father type energy also is playing out in the world right now, astrologically, patriarchal energy. But I feel with this reading, Colleen, that I was seeing children around you, and I'm feeling like maybe there's something repetitive with cycles of our upbringing. For instance, something about the repetitive cycles of generations. And I'm seeing you doing maybe some spiritual work, releasing some of those cycles, and definitely feel masculine energy, father energy around. And then if you can go in and release some of that masculine conditioning, I feel like your hard work will pay off. That I feel like that's why I'm seeing children around you, like it's a repetitive cycle. So I don't know if that resonates, but that's what I'm getting. If it doesn't resonate this evening, it will probably resonate in the next little while, because maybe it hasn't happened yet. So that's just what you know what you know when you're reading. All right. So next I'm going to pick a card for Sarah. And thank you so much for the birthday wishes, Sarah. So Spirit, if we have any messages for Sarah, let them come through. I'm stumbling on my words, Sarah, because all of a sudden what was coming through for you, and not to do with me, but I'm getting the name George. So I don't know if there's a George around you, but that was the name that was just popped out. Maybe for somebody else looking at the show tonight, but the word George just popped out. So, and it's definitely not me, because it is a masculine energy, George. So let me know if you know anybody named George. Yeah. Like just popping in to say hi, like in a hug. I don't know I think it's for Sarah, but you guys will let me know if it's for somebody else. But somebody named George is here. Hey, George, what's up? I'm seeing like George wearing boots, like almost like rain boots, like black rain boots, almost like that. So I don't know if that resonates with anybody. So Sarah's saying, somebody's saying something here. Hold on. Oh, Lori G. My brother-in-law is George. Okay, so maybe this is for Lori. So I'm going to come back to you in a second, Sarah. So, Lori G., is your brother-in-law here or on the other side? Okay, so yeah, George is coming in for Lori. Because it was so funny because I saw Lori asked a question in the chat, and I'm like, well, if I answer her question and do a card for her, I'm going to lose track because I like to go in the row on the chat. And so, but George didn't want to wait, Lori. He's coming through and wants me to do your cards. Please, I'm going to go right to Sarah after this. Okay, Lori. So George is coming in for you, past. Feeling heartbreak. I guess George was married to your sister. Okay. He's showing me a red balloon. I don't know why he is showing me a red balloon, but he's showing me a red balloon. Yeah, definitely a red balloon because now I'm hearing that song, 99 Red Balloons. Okay, I'm going to go to cards. George, if you can communicate with me through the cards, that would be great because I'm getting a lot of chatter now. Okay, George, talk to me. So I pull a guy with a red cloak on. This is great. All right. So something about red, the color red for him, seeing like a red balloon. He loved the color red, or I don't know what the heck. Like he's almost like telling me something about the color red, because he's definitely showing the red balloon. Okay, so I feel like his death was sudden, and I feel like there's something that's going to be revealed about the way he died or the way he came to be passed over. I'm feeling like this was like a very unexpected death. I'm feeling like something with a car accident or something, maybe. I don't know. But like that kind of energy where it was like not really expected to happen as quickly as it happened when it did. I feel like there was unfinished business there, but I feel like there's more to be revealed. There's more to the story. There's something that's going to come out. I also feel like, and if you can help me, suicide, yeah. But was he, I have to say, because this color red is just coming in so prevalent with him, and the red balloon, something to do with a car as well. So I don't know if he had a car accident or, because he's showing me something like a car crash type thing. And I don't usually see suicides that way. So either this happened before or someone in the family has had an issue with that, because he's showing me that very clearly. Okay, now he's coming in as the suicide. But I definitely, that car crash thing and red balloon. Red balloon is like really prominent. So whatever that is, it's not reddish hair, but something to do with a red balloon. Maybe your sister will know what that is or something, because he won't stop showing me that. So that means something to someone. Might not mean anything to you, but it definitely means something to him. So what I'm seeing here is I do see family and turmoil from this event, but not like just grief and turmoil like you would normally have. I feel like there's arguing or fighting for some reason. That has to absolutely stop, and it will stop, but someone has to be the first one to step up. Yeah, there's just so much action here. It's like this is just ongoing and ongoing. Like every time you think it's kind of becoming more quiet or calmer, then something else happens to do with this. It's like no one's letting it go. It's just always there, always coming up. What I do want to say about George coming through is he's telling me, and I have to phrase my words very carefully, he's showing me that although he took his life, there was a moment before when he became regretful. But when he crossed over, he was met with people who were loving to him and helped him cross over, and he did not have any fear. That what happened was supposed to happen, and that he has peace now from that. Almost feeling like it's a rebirth for him. He's very much asking that his life be honored, that the suicide doesn't become larger than his life here. He's really, he's showing me that. He wants people to remember the good things, the love, the love and heart that he had, he feels like the suicide is overshadowing his life here on earth. It overshadowed what he was here. And that's why he's coming through. He's orchestrating things from the other side, but I feel like he's coming in tonight because he really wants his life here to have meant something. And he feels like when you guys get together and talk about him, that the suicide becomes the topic, and he doesn't want that. He wants you to talk about his life and who he was. He's showing me, I'm trying to choose my words very carefully because it's a very sensitive subject. He's showing me that there's arguing in the family, and he really doesn't like that. He wants the family to go back to traditions of some kind. There's a strong male person in the family that he says really is hurting and needs to soften. He needs comfort. So, Lori, I know that I just read on the chat that you asked him to you pray to him to send you someone. I feel like he's orchestrating things from the other side. I don't know if he has a daughter or if you were like a daughter to him, but he's showing me like a younger girl type energy coming in, showing me, yes, like almost like a hug and a stroke of their hair, like on the back of their head. So I don't know if that's the relationship you had with him, but he's showing me that. I feel like that's the relationship you had with him. Yeah, he's showing me that now. He was protective of you. So trust, just trust. And what he's showing me is that you have to allow yourself to receive. He feels there's not enough love right now in the family, and he wants you all to be more loving to each other. All right? So that's all I have. He's sending love. He's hugging. Sending love to the family. But remember that. He wants you to remember his life and honor his life, not the way he died. All right? Okay, I'm going to go back up to the top. Really important, that message is. And I think that happens a lot. You know, sometimes when people die under not so good circumstances, that becomes larger than their life. And that's not the purpose of death. The purpose of death is to put us in grief. Yes, put us in grief, not because it's a punishment or a meanness from God, but death puts us in grief because grief is transformative. Grief transforms like no other emotion. You will change your life once you have a grieving process. And so that's one of the reasons for death. The other reason someone dies also, and it's very important to learn from death, is to honor life. And so when someone dies and all we talk about is the way they died or what a tragedy it was, then their life becomes almost insignificant. But when someone dies and we honor them in some way, we start a foundation, we do something, we progress their heart, their love that they had in the world in some way. Even something as simple as maybe they loved cars or they had a tow truck and now you donate a tow truck to somewhere or you go to car shows to honor them. You want that joy, that energy, because energy never dies. Energy transmutes. It transforms into another form, but it never, ever dies. That's why I can connect with the other side. That's why we all have the ability to do that, because energy never dies. So when someone transforms, when someone transmutes into another realm, into another life form, the life they had here that they were incarnated for is still energy. It's still here in the universe. Honor that. It's like when you love someone, and then they pass over, that love doesn't die. Their body dies. Their physical space dies. But their soul and the love that they have is forever. Honor that. Whatever it is, honor that. That is how you have to be with death. All right, so Sarah, we're going back to you. All right. So Sarah, I don't know why, but I felt like George was for you too. But anyway, I just tell you how I sees it. So, Sarah, did you recently get flowers? Because I'm seeing flowers around you, or you were doing something with flowers. I see flowers around you. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. That's what I'm being told, and I'm told they're all going to be tarot. I'm going to put that card back in. The grief card came out, just talking about grief. Okay. My first set of tarot cards, I used to do fairs back in the day. Fairs were like my classroom. I don't do fairs anymore. I don't think it really benefits anyone to have a 15-minute reading. On the show, it's a little different. We're just kind of, doing things quickly. But I don't feel like people should be paying for readings that are like blah, 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 blah. Okay, next. So, if you really are serious about soul work, go see somebody. So, but I love the fairs. I honor them because they were my classroom, and I learned so much there, and I got to meet some awesome people. There are some awesome people at those fairs. And so my first deck of cards, I used to flap them and cut them like I was in Vegas all the time. So I had these tarot cards that were like bent, and I had to get a whole new deck. But these have been with me for a long time. So Sarah, I'm seeing Rebirth for you, which is a Judgment card. I'm seeing a Journey, and I'm seeing the Emperor. So I feel like you're coming to an end of a very long journey. I feel like something in your life energy is really switching up right now. And I feel like it's a rebirth for you. So again, this card comes up for you a lot, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like the Judgment card, I'm going to just put it onto the camera so you can see it clearly. I feel like this card is really about messages and how open you are to receiving messages, and this beautiful Archangel Gabriel wings and the Archangel Gabriel in here. So it's really, really about rebirth. So listen for your intuition and your messages. I feel like the Fool card is at the end of the journey. You are definitely at the end of some journey that you've been on for a while. And I feel like it goes in your favor because this is the Emperor on the throne. You've got the Rams Aries energy here. We just had an Aries full moon. If you can see the Emperor card in tarot, there's these rams on his throne, and that is the Aries card. Very strong energy. I feel like this is also symbolic of father energy. A lot of masculine, a lot of father energy around right now. And I feel like that's really kind of symbolic of that. And so I feel like maybe you have a protector on the other side, maybe your dad, but I also feel like this is about you are really like a lot of clearing, like really turning over new leaves. You feel different, like a spring in your step I see coming. So really just take that with you and know that you are definitely going to a place where you have like a whole new perspective, like a new energetic shift for you. So take that with you, because I do feel this is like the end of a journey that you've been on for a while, which is nice when we finally get to culmination of things, right? Feeling like the eclipses are going to be very beneficial for you and end energy as well. The eclipses, Sarah, are October 25th and also November, I think it's 7th or 8th. So, all right. So that would make sense, Colleen. Colleen says George also applies to her because in your reading, I felt that father type energy and like repetitive cycles with children. So that would possibly be. I have to say there's so much energy right now out in the world that it's becoming like this week, especially like I have readings coming up later in the week and it's very heightened, but I'm feeling sometimes like on the show, tonight, I feel like it's a lot of crosstalk in my brain because the frequencies are so high coming in. So if anybody wants to call in, I'd love to do a reading for somebody that calls in. So next person I'm going to do is, I'm up to, whoa, a lot of people on here. Sarah? I'm up to Anne. Hi, Anne. How are you doing tonight? Anne is one of our faithful watchers. Thank you so much. I know she always shares the show too, I think. If anybody wants to share the show, I'd love that. And if anybody wants to come on the show and get a reading on the show, I would love to do that. That would be really cool. Also, we have a guest lineup. I'm going to put that up on my Facebook page soon. All right. And I'm not doing a show Halloween. So whole reason for that. I always believe Halloween is a time when the veil is very thin, and Halloween is a great time if you want to do a ritual or just some candle gazing and really try and receive messages from someone who's passed. On Halloween, I really do feel like you will get some beautiful messages. It's really, the souls are really out. It's not like a hokey, scary day. It's really a day to get in touch, okay? So, Anne, this is for you. They're telling me 4 cards for Anne. You guys saw me shuffle. I just got the rebirth card for Anne, too. You Zenkuda people are all having rebirths. Rebirths. You are birthing people. Okay. So I got 4 cards, and they're telling me to pick a soul card for you, babe. All right. So this is so funny because I'm just talking about birth. And look at this card, everybody. It's actually like, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's actually like birthing. It's like the birthing of a bud, a flower. Unbelievable. Okay. So, and for you, you've got rebirth coming in, new energy. And I think that's also indicative. We're in eclipse season now. And so we're going to find a lot of endings and a lot of beginnings. That's what eclipse season does. So be prepared for that. Allow. Let go of whatever no longer serves you. Just let it go. Let it go. So rebirth energy definitely has to do with relationship. This is the best card in the deck for relationships. You've got this beautiful Two of Cups. Two of Cups is cup runneth over, soulmate relationship. Now, soulmates can be anything. Soulmates can be partnerships in business. Soulmates can be romance, like the love of your life. Soulmates can also be a pet. Soulmates can be a sibling. Anyone that is supposed to come into your life, stay there for a lifetime, and be really engaged with you, soulful relationship. So I see a rebirth with that. I don't feel like this is someone new coming into your life. I feel like this is new energy in an existing relationship. So, and then I have the King of Cups and the King of Wands. I feel like something rebirths in an existing relationship for you, Anne, and I feel like it's somebody that previously was not an emotional person, did not emote, and didn't like to talk about feelings, and I feel like they are changing, and they're starting to get a little bit softer and a little bit more comfortable, and this relationship now blossoms into a new beginning because of that. And you yourself are responsible also for this, because I feel like you are softening in your own life and becoming forming a new identity. And so giving birth to that beautiful new budding energy. So that's what I'm getting for you, sweetie. Something about a relationship that you have had is changing, and it's changing for the better. I always say relationships always have a turning point. It's either a breakup or a breakthrough. So you are definitely having breakthroughs in personal relationships. That's what I see coming in. If it hasn't happened, it's going to happen. Believe me on that. All right. Okay. Next person is going to be, did Janine, Colleen, Linda. Linda. Lovely Linda. How are you, my Linda? Okay. Linda DeMori has the most sweetest energy. Like, there are some people that you can just feel their heart. My friend Kim Shiano is like that. She does Reiki. You can find her at the little shop of crystals in Sayville. I don't do a lot of Reiki on people anymore. I do my circles for breast cancer and ovarian and gynecological cancer, and I'll do a circle once in a while, but I don't do a lot of individual Reiki. Once in a while if it's somebody that I feel connected to. But my energy is so heightened these days that I really have a hard time not... I have a hard time, I shouldn't say not, I have a hard time, like when I do Reiki, it's really deep. It's like really, like, it's pretty powerful. So, because my energy is so high. So, like, I don't like to do it on people that I've never met, because something's going to change in their life, and I don't know. I want to know what, I want to do it right. So, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Keep getting the same cards for everybody. All right. So, this is for Linda. I'm blabbing away, Lynn. All right, Linda. So, Linda, I'm seeing family for you coming in, family energy, and they're telling me to pick 5 cards. I didn't shuffle that. They're telling me to pick 5 cards. Okay, yeah. I'm seeing there's an imbalance in family relationships right now, but I feel like it's all going to work out because I have this beautiful card of balance. So here's what I got. Emperor came in first, and we were just talking about the Emperor with the other energy, but here I'm feeling like this Emperor is an energy that's very stubborn. I'm feeling like, just shuffling the soul cards, because I'm going to pick one of those for you too. I feel like the Emperor energy is like somebody like really like putting their foot down, like, no, I want it this way. And that's a tough energy. And I feel like this person is very stubborn. But then I have the Knight of Cups here, and like this is a parent energy or an older person energy, like son-in-law, whatever, son, but yet somebody who has children, because I feel like this Knight of Cups is a softer version. Like maybe this guy is very stubborn and puts his foot down a lot, and he's the pain in the ass of the family, so to speak, excuse me. And then this is somebody who's a child or a younger generation of this person, this Emperor person, and he's more soulful, more reasonable, and can calm this Emperor guy down. Like the Emperor guys, instead of this person learning to be like more like the Emperor, this younger person softens the Emperor. So I see that's the situation, but it's like a conflict, a battle between this, but this situation affects the whole family. So I don't know if that's the case, but that's what I'm getting. And so it's going to go into balance though, because this has been going on a little while. I think it's going to ease up. I feel like the family becomes balanced because I get the balance card in the right position, the Two of Pentacles. This energy is going to clear up. So don't let it stress you. And then I have this beautiful Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is like a soulful type of baptism or relationships. And in this instance, for some reason, I feel like it's family and like the family harmony is restored. So there's something with this guy who's just a pain in the ass, put the foot down, it has to be my way or the highway guy. Younger version, no, let me show you a different way to be. Emperor softens. People kind of start putting down their swords. There's like one last battle here. And then things start to go into a balance. And then there's harmony. I feel like you're going to have a beautiful, beautiful holiday season with your family. But that right now there's unrest and people are unsettled. So just take that with you and know that you are absolutely going to have, this is all going to be okay, whatever this conflict is. And it goes into balance, and there's a lot of harmony and love, especially going into the holiday season. So let it flow. Just let it go where it's supposed to go. The universe is really taking care of it all. All right. And here is a card for you. Yeah, look at this. You've got like Pegasus. It's this beautiful soul card of this beautiful light being, angel wings on like the flying horse Pegasus. So this is confirmation for me that the energy is just going into a beautiful light, and future is really like beautiful. So just know everything, harmony is coming. It's already happened, and we just don't know it yet. All right. Beautiful, beautiful space. So yeah, you definitely, that's what I got. So, all right. Who else do I have to read tonight? I'm getting tired, guys. No, just kidding. I love reading. I used to have these really great girlfriends that used to come. We were all readers, and they'd come to the house, and we'd read each other all afternoon. And it was so funny because like they'd come over at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden we'd look at the clock and be like, oh my God, it's 5 o'clock at night. And we were like reading each other for hours. We'd do these whole things. I have so many decks of cards in my house. I have this big cabinet, and I've got everything from the Lover's Tarot. I've got tarot cards that are out of print. I've got angel cards. I've got, oh my God, I've got like a lot of cards in my house. So yeah, but that's how you learn. For anybody out there who's really trying to learn, like that's how you do it. Like hook up with other readers and just, do it. Same with Reiki. Hook up with other Reiki practitioners. I have a beautiful friend that we do healing work on each other a lot, and it's just beautiful. And that's what you have to do. It's like stay in those communities that are really supporting your success and empowering you to do more of it. So now I cannot end my show without doing some cards for Aaron. Aaron is so loyal. I don't even know how Aaron found me, but he's been a loyal subscriber and supporter of my work for years. And he's in Texas, so we're glad he didn't have any hurricanes where he is. And oops. Okay. So Aaron, my cards are all over the place tonight. It's this damn Gemini energy. It's Mars and Gemini, and it's going retro, and it's like, Okay. Aaron, what the heck burdens are you carrying here, dude? You got to let go of stuff. You got to let go. I told you, go on a vacation. You definitely have to go on a vacation. You got the King of Swords here, which is business, right? Laying down the law, controversy in justice system. But then you have this Ten of Swords, but it's reversed. So you stop punishing yourself, because this in right side up means, literally like killing yourself, death. But, the end of a situation. I think that might be the relationship. But I'm feeling like you're still carrying some burdens. King of Swords, all business, baby. He's coming in to set things justice, right? Law. This is the law. It's also Saturn to me. And look at this. You come out of doing this self-harm. You see the light now, but you're still a little nostalgic. I don't know. Maybe your vacation consists of visiting someone you haven't seen in a while. I feel like you need to just kind of like, maybe go see someone that makes you feel comfy or cozy or just have a good time with. Because I'm definitely seeing nostalgia play in here. Yeah, and look. You've got to see that you have abundance in your life. Get out of the lack mentality. You definitely need a vacation. You definitely need to go away. I'm going to tell you to go away and see someone that you haven't seen in a while, because I've got this beautiful nostalgia card. So this card, if you look at it, Aaron, we talked about this card in the show last week or the week before. You have all this beautiful light in the window, but you're not seeing it because you're looking down. So keep yourself really positive. The universe is shining light down on you. Look up and feel it. Look up and feel that light. Let it absorb through your crown chakra. Like I said to Janine before, you want to do a meditation or do something where you are feeling that light come through your body and supporting your success in the world and grounding you right down to the soles of your feet. So I know you're a Gemini, and so Gemini, Mars is in Gemini retro. That's going to mean like really taking responsibility where you need to in your life, stopping all the nonsense, stopping drama, getting rid of purging all that stuff, and getting really doing behaviors that support your road to success. That's really what it's all about for you now. You can't afford to spend this time in any kind of distraction or drama. Like, go see people who mean something to you. Spend time with that. Find a group that does meditation or yoga or, you know, whatever is cool to you. But like, definitely ground yourself, because with Mars retro in your sign in Gemini, you are going to feel a little scattered. So it's really important that you focus right now on the things that you really want to accomplish. All right. Okay. So I'm just going to read some of our comments. Yes, Linda, I would love that. Okay, so I was correct about the family situation with Linda. Yeah, definitely. There's a younger generation that's going to actually set everybody straight in some weird way. Yeah, so Aries, Moon, and Venus. Yeah, so this energy is coming in hot for you, Aaron. So you definitely want to be in touch with your emotions, but not in a balance them, like not too much in an aggressive way and not too much in a negative way. And also make sure you're grounded, that you're seeing things what they really are. Forward movement, staying grounded, and also make sure that you, even if you make a list of your top 5 priorities, and every day you keep refocusing back to them and refocusing back to them and refocusing back to them, that's what you have to do now, because that Gemini energy is really going to want to distract you. All right? Yeah, if that would feel right to me, Linda. That would feel right if it was the grandson. Okay. So that is our show for tonight. I have a few more minutes, though, so if anybody wants to put a question in the comments, I will answer your questions. Anybody have anything they want to ask? Shoot. So as I said, we have eclipse season now joining on us. During eclipse season, you really want to make sure that you spend time in quiet contemplation, because eclipses are endings and beginnings. And we're in a season of autumn where we're harvesting what we've learned over these last few months. We're getting ready for the winter months when we have to really kind of go within. The light gets dimmer. So you want to prepare as much as you can for that. You want to go out in light now while we still have it. These beautiful days we have right here in the Northeast. You want to bring light into your life, whether that's through people you feel really comfortable with, rituals that you like to do, bring joy into your life. If you like to run or jog or bike ride, get as much of that now that you can before winter months start to settle in. You really want to prepare yourself for still having that joyful time in your life. And the reason why that's really important now is because we are going to come up in a time, and I know this psychically for the world energy, where we are going to have some turmoil between now and the end of the year on the global front, especially in financial markets. That's just the way the energy is going to go now. I can feel it. I know from what I see in meditation and what I feel when I look at astrology charts. So you really want to prepare for that in a way that's not a fear or scarcity. You want to prepare for that for being grateful for your resources and your abundance, whatever they are for you. So stay in that energy and raise your vibe as much as you can, because when we can raise our vibe individually, that goes out all over the world. And so we have a lot of transformation happening now because we've had a lot of things that people are grieving. There's also going to be a lot of balance that needs to be done between masculine and feminine. We all have masculine and feminine within us, and you want to get in touch with both sides of that and balance them, because we have a lot of energy coming in that's going to be very polarizing between male and female. So you want to make sure those global issues, the rights about women's bodies issues, and the issues of, patriarchal structures, all of these things are being really tested now. And we take those energies in and they imbalance our masculine, feminine. So you want to work on that. That's a big deal coming through towards the end of this year. A lot of unrest and unsettled things in the world. So stay in your vibe, stay in your soul space, and really make sure that you have the grounding that you need and the love that you need in your life to expand yourself to be the success that you want to be. Thanks so much for tuning into the Soul Space. I hope we've inspired you in some way tonight. Tell your friends if you love the show. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel where you'll find a lot of videos, not just the show, but a lot of things. There's a full moon in Aries video there. That energy is going to be with us for at least the next 5 days with Pluto going direct. So I will see you all next Monday night at 7 o'clock in the Soul Space. Subscribe to all my social media for what's going on in the world, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.